Performance management, org design, workforce planning, staffing recruitment, it all ties together, and you can't touch one of those groups without having an effect or an impact on another area. We have a lot of planning meetings around where do you want to be, and then we structure the next pieces of our work to then give them the information around where are you currently, so that in the end we can bridge where are you now with where do you want to be and give them recommendations so that they can get there. We don't come into an organization and say, you know, you're doing this wrong, or we're here to do an audit, or everybody's getting downgraded, or anything like that. We're coming in to assess where you're at, what's happening, and help you get to the next step. We're with the government. We're here to help. We use that a lot. We do a lot to make sure that the information on paper matches what happens in reality, and so that's where we do things around interviews, focus groups, to make sure that what's happening in practice actually fits with the paperwork. And then we do a lot of data collection. So from there we have workload data that we go through and collect, and then also we use things like surveys and work process mapping to make sure that we have this well-rounded picture. We sit down, we do an outbrief on these are all of the things we saw, these are all of the areas that you may want to pay attention to. Now let's talk about those next steps. Typically it's you came to us with this question, we found this, this, and this. That may not be the question you want to be focusing on at this point. You know, there may be things that, and sometimes it comes down to that triage, right, where it's, you've got issues with your position descriptions. If you want to hire the right people, you need to address your position descriptions first. You need to get those cleaned up. If it's an org design structure issue, maybe your supervisory ratios are off, maybe you have functions that overlap with other groups in your organization, then we need to address that so that we can get your position descriptions cleaned up, so that we can get your staffing and recruitment back on track. So you see how it all fits together there, and all needs to be considered and discussed in the early conversations, and then again at the end to make sure that we're getting from where you are now to where you want to be. With that, I think I'm out of time. I'll go ahead and hand it over to Andrew Skelton in our Workforce and Succession Planning Group. Thank you. Thank you.